Hey, Tony here, Random Adventures 2.0. Where are we at and what are we doing? Well, where we're at, we're in Florida. And what are we doing? Well, we're gonna hammock camp right in those woods. And the interesting thing about it is, I was thinking of doing this last year, but I got scared. So we're gonna attempt it tonight. We've got a Wendy's right on that side, and then there's a McDonald's on that side, and right in between them is a set of woods. So I'm planning on doing a comparison between Wendy's patties and McDonald's patties. Which one's better? We're gonna find out. Well, at least better for me, which one I like better. So if you're ready for another random adventure, buckle up. Here we go. All right, so while it's early, I thought I would come over to McDonald's. You can see we're right next to the drive-through. It is really busy right now, but I wanted to get a look to see where I could sneak into the woods, but we're not going to be able to do the sneaking part yet, but at least I can take a look to see where the best spot to enter the woods is. So we're just across the street at Zaxby's, but there is a Taco Bell over there, and like I said, there's the Waffle House. But when you look at the back of this, we've got the drive-through right over to the side of us. But we're gonna go over to the grass here. It's just kind of like we're stretching, and I'm sure people are looking around going, what's that guy doing? At this point, I'm not sure I care. When I was here last year, there was a lot of homeless people around, and it looked like there was evidence of people being right inside of here. So I'm just walking across, kind of taking a peek. I know everybody at the drive-thru is looking at me. Yeah, hey. And hopefully they weren't honking at me. Now right behind here is their dumpster, but there's no place for me to back in because they got all those white posts there. There is no parking spots. So, but if I could, nope, there's none on this side either. And there's caution tape the whole way around that parking lot there. But man, if I could have got my car backed in right there, at least to dump the backpack. It looks like there's a little trail that goes up through here over to Wendy's. So there's not a spot for me to get in. So let's go check out Wendy's and see if there's a spot that I could at least park to sneak the backpack into the woods and stash that, and then go stash the car. But that might be a good spot right back there behind the dumpster to come in and out of the woods, because we're gonna go and we're gonna get our two patties from both the places, then we're gonna compare them. We'll have to do that before they close. But for now, let's get back to the car. If you look on this side, this is the woods that we're trying to get into. I parked over there up front, near the edge of the front of the woods. That way I can kind of walk out the sidewalk. But you can see Wendy's right there. Now this looks a lot more promising on this side. Yeah, we got to get this done before the sun goes down too much. Oh, look at the Spanish moss on the tree. Yeah, this is pretty open in there. I remember looking at it a little bit last year. I kind of stopped here about 3 times, and I was like, no, this is too exposed. I think the best spot is going to be down near the other end of the parking lot, at least to back in, grab the backpack, and then throw it into the woods. There is a dumpster down there, so I'm sure maybe I can find a spot next to that, just inside the woods. I'm going to go ahead and check that out, and then if it's good, I'll bring you back. If not, we'll wait. But I got to get that backpack in there because I don't want to walk in there with a backpack. No, I don't. Okay, I made my way to the back of Wendy's. This is where we're going to drop the backpack. There is no cameras on the back of the building, and we're right back by the dumpster. And there's a little path right behind the car. I may leave the hatch open and just step back there and see if we got a tree. Oh, there's 2 employees standing at the back door. I'm gonna have to give this a second. La 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 la. Oh, come on, go back in there. Must be on break or something. Oh, let's see. Yeah, because I don't want to put the backpack in there. Okay, there they go. Oh, there's two more that just came out for a smoke break. I gotta give it a second. This has proven to be a lot harder than what I was planning, but I knew this was going to be a difficult one because I tried last year and it just didn't pan out. I'll bring it back when I'm ready to make my move. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to duck down. Oh, there's a lot of trash back here. Whew, look back. Yeah, it's a pretty tight little opening there. I think I want to make my way this way. I just got to be quiet and look for at least 2 trees that we can hang from. This might be I could go back farther that way, but I can't really go up this way too far. But we're pretty hidden right here. Well, let me look at this tree. Now, I don't have the tarp. It's not supposed to rain. That might work from there to right over there. And then I'll be down low enough. We'll be able to see stuff. And then I can get out right over there to get to McDonald's. And I think McDonald's has tables out front. So we might go over here to Wendy's, cut across down the sidewalk, go to McDonald's, then go sit on their benches and do our taste test. All right, so yeah, this will work. Woods are pretty thick back that way, so let's go grab the backpack and throw it behind these bushes. And then we'll go sit, wait for it to get a little darker, ditch the car, and then walk back here. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. The employees should be done with their break. No, I still hear, no, that's the, yeah, no, he's still standing there. I hear voices, but that's the drive-through. They got a long break. They're talking to one another, so they're not looking back here. The car's right there. I'm just gonna stick it right behind this bush. I'm not gonna take it all the way in there. I just gotta wait for them to go back inside. All right, they just went in. Oh, stick this right back here under this bush. Kind of hate to leave that there. Oh, hopefully it'll still be here when we come back. I guess we're gonna find out later. All right, so let's go stash the car somewhere. There's a little shopping plaza just right down the road. Now, I would have parked at the fast track, but they only got 30-minute parking there. I used that laundromat last time I was here. All right, let's find a spot. Man, it's getting late. It took me a while. There's been a lot of people walking around with backpacks, so it's a good thing we left our backpack up there, but I hope nobody found our spot. All right, so I left the parking lot. There's a Winn-Dixie right here and everything, so I'm parked kind of up in the upper parking lot, but we're gonna walk up this way. Yeah, a lot of Spanish moss and all the trees. So a lot of the parking lot lights came on now, so. Oh, here comes a car. So we are just out for a stroll, but it's dark. I'll bring you back when we get closer to Wendy's. We gotta walk way up there, but we're going to the back. Oh, there's a lot of cars. I'll get across the street. Oh, almost got hit. That's not good. So we're going in the exit. We're going to the back. I gotta try not to get clipped by any cars. Kind of peek around this bush. Nobody coming. They're going to the drive-thru. All right. Back over to the dumpster, and we got a huge light right there. Hopefully it lights us up, but I gotta see if our backpack's here. Oh, thank goodness it is. So we're just gonna grab it and walk back. Hopefully there's enough light shining that I can see back here. All right, which two trees was I looking at? Oh, I think right over here. So I'm just gonna stand here for a minute and let things settle. That sounded like a cat. Yeah, I don't know if this is a good idea either. Oh my goodness. I've been doing some not so good ideas lately. But I'm gonna stand here, let things calm down, make sure nobody's around. Nobody saw me, nobody comes and says, hey, what are you doing back there, before I even attempt to set up my hammock. Yeah, so far just a lot of cars going in and out of the drive-thru. I don't think anybody has seen me. I think we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and get the hammock set up, and then you're not gonna be able to see it during the night like this. And I don't wanna turn on any lights. We're just gonna use the light mode or night mode on the camera. So let me get this set up. I don't even know if these two trees are close enough. Well, if they're not, I'll let you know when I'm done. There's a truck going around to the drive-thru, or that's truck's leaving. All right, so I've got the hammock up. Oh man, I hope you can see that. But I did not take it out of the snake skin. I'm gonna let it in there until we come back. But it did fit between these two trees, and I've got my backpack and stuff right there. We're gonna make our way to Wendy's first, and then we'll probably not walk through the woods. We'll probably take the sidewalk when we head down to McDonald's. But first we gotta go into Wendy's and get a patty, and then go on over to McDonald's carrying our Wendy's bag. All right, man, I hope that's gonna be okay there. Yeah. Oh, how do we get out here? Yeah, you can hear the drive-thru every time someone comes up to talk. All right, looks like it's good. Let's step out like we own the place. Or something like that. All right, let's get to Wendy's. Okay, we're at Wendy's. I'm gonna go in. I'm not gonna bring you in because I don't want them to know anything. All right. I'll be right back out. Okay, we got our Wendy's patty. Let's make our way down to McDonald's. A lot of traffic still. All right, so we're gonna make our way to the front. They've got little tables out here, so we're gonna sit out here and do our taste test. Okay, we got our Wendy's patty right here, and we've also got our McDonald's patty right there. We're gonna go ahead and give them a taste test and see which one's better. And I'm gonna go over a few things too, because I was surprised at a few things. Out of the bag first. Oh, and that's what I wanted to show you, the receipt, because I was surprised about this. Wendy's is a square, McDonald's is round, but they are both quarter pounders. A la carte for one patty and one piece of cheese for Wendy's was $2.75. I don't know if you can see that or not. So that was $2.75. But here's what's interesting. The quarter pounder patty for McDonald's was $1.80. So that's price-wise. Okay, we're gonna dig into the Wendy's one first. So here's the patty, piece of cheese on it. So I put a glove on so I don't have to use a fork and a knife. Usually I use a fork and a knife, but I have not had a Wendy's burger in a long time, so I forget what they taste like. So very good. It has no salt on it or seasoning. That's one of the first things I noticed. All right, so now McDonald's patty, and they both have yellow cheese. McDonald's, see how that patty is. They've got both have a really good color on them. So immediately I tasted the salt in the burger. So if you're worried about salt and you like to salt your own stuff, Wendy's would be the one. So my final verdict, it's McDonald's. One, it's the price, $1.80, but besides that, it had more fat flavor, more juice. Wendy's, I'm sorry, McDonald's has got you. All right, well, that was a lot of fun. All right, we gotta get back up into the woods, get back to our hammock. I'm gonna use the restroom before I get on in the woods, and I will see you up there. I've been trying to make my way back into the woods, and I'm not having any success. So I am right now standing behind their dumpster. I've just been hanging out back here. Actually, this wouldn't be a bad place to camp either, right here. So there's a little cutout here in the corner. So you can actually hide back here. You can't see anything, but you can hide. But I keep looking around the corner. There's so many people going through the drive-thru. Yeah, just car after car. They were lined up back here. Something to eat before they closed. There's another one just pulled up. Oh, and another one. I don't want to have to wait until they close. If they close, that'll be good, because then I can just stroll on in there. But I need to get the hammock set up the rest of the way, get it out of the snakeskin, give it a sit, because I don't even know if I've got it set up right yet. So we're going to be doing a lot of that in the dark. All right, I just came into their dumpster area. I was getting tired of standing back there, and I can just see through the fence. There's somebody walking up there. All right, but this is the dumpster area. Pretty cozy, but this gets me a little closer to the woods and to where I need to get in, because I only need a couple seconds to get over there. Yeah. I'm going to make my move soon. Yep, I think we got a break. Nobody at the drive-thru. Here we go. Oh, success, back in. Oh, I sure hope our stuff's still here. Oh, good. I can just make it out through the woods. Whew. Our backpack's still there. So you see the McDonald's sign through the woods yet. All right, let me get this hammock all opened up and sit down. I've been standing a while. All right, the moment of truth. Either I'm held up by the hammock or I'm sitting on the ground. I tell you what, just for throwing it up that quick, it worked out good. Ah, that's nice. Whew. I'll tell you what, I got a big night light there. I might have to put something over my eyes or switch ends and do my head down that end. Yeah, I've got both sides emptying trash or something. That's a lot of noise. I can't tell what they're doing down there. I think I'm gonna walk over there. I hope they're not working on that parking lot at night. where that caution tape was over on the McDonald side. Sounds like they're doing something. Yeah, I can't tell what they're doing over there. I walked over here a little bit and someone from Wendy's just came out to their car and then went back in. I'm pretty close to both drive-ins now. Well, the drive-in for Wendy's is on the other side, but they got to drive around this side of the building. But yeah, I don't know what all that commotion was down there. There comes more cars for the drive-in. All right. Well, this is going to be a very busy night until they close. It should only be about another hour until they close. I'm thinking they close at 11. All right, I want to make my way back over there. I just got to be very careful walking because I can't see all the twigs and branches. I might end up on my stomach here in a minute. It's just hanging in the trees, our hammock, which is our bed for the night. All right, I'll talk to you a little bit later. Oh, how do I get over there? Oh, that's right, this way. Cars. Boy, people eat late. Yeah, but I was sitting here for a while and I was thinking, so I really had to chop up that review with the video. If you heard, there was music in the background, so I had to keep chopping it to try to get less music, because when I was chewing, I'm not talking, so more music comes through. So that's why I just bit it and then it went right to another scene. So what I wanted to say while I was down there, even though I thought that McDonald's won taste-wise, service, they both had very pleasant employees. The employees were great at both locations, very friendly, very accommodating, because again, I'm ordering off of a different style of a menu and the a la carte menu, and they both handled it great. And however, I've got to give it to Wendy's for the speed of service. I ordered that patty and that cheese, and they had it to me within less than a minute, and I was out the door. Now, McDonald's, on the other hand, there wasn't anybody else waiting. I walked up, once I ordered, it took about 10 minutes to get that burger. But McDonald's burger was a little thicker to the bite, where Wendy's was thinner. But both of them were great burgers. I'll get them again if I'm traveling, because as a carnivore, when you travel, sometimes you just need to stop somewhere and eat something. So those are great options. And if you want to spend a little bit more, Wendy's, but that's a great deal. Usually I'll get 2 or 3 patties from McDonald's and they'll stack them up and I'll eat them like a steak with a fork and a knife. But they hold you over for a long time. All right, enough yapping. All right, it's getting pretty late. I'm gonna try to get some rest. I've been laying in the hammock just winging. Really nice down here in Florida. I've been really having a good time. And I think that light's gonna be on all night. If it turns off, I'll let you know in the morning or maybe a little bit later, but I'm gonna try to get some shut-eye. I do not need the top quilt down here. It's that warm. So yeah, I'm good. But I do have a top quilt, a lighter one, and also my puffy jacket. If I need to, I'll get it put on. All right, well, I will see you in the morning unless something happens. All right, good night. Lights out. Lights out. Lights out. It's not going to go out. All right, see you in the morning. So it is midnight. I dozed off, but I keep waking back up because I keep hearing cars going through both the drive-thrus. So I went on and I checked. Wendy's doesn't close till 1 a.m. I did not know Wendy's stayed open that long. And McDonald's over there, they don't close till 1 a.m. either. So we got an hour yet of cars going through. Who eats this late, right? There is a Waffle House across the street. Well, they're 24/7, but you got to cross 6 lanes to get over there, so I'm not worried about that. But I will feel much better once they all close. All right, well, back to doze off. Yeah, I can eat. Somebody's ordering food at the drive-thru. Yeah, a truck. Oh, they're talking. Oh my. They're just coming and going. Oh well. Good night again. It's not going out. Light staying on. Well, good morning. You can see I got my puffy on because it's chilly out. Well, it is what time is it? 7:24. But the drive-thru at Wendy's opened at 7 a.m. I didn't even know Wendy's had a breakfast until I looked on it last night and said they opened at 7. I'm like, why is Wendy's opening at 7? I didn't know they had a breakfast. All right, so both drive-thrus are hot and heavy since 7 o'clock this morning. I'm gonna go ahead and, because you keep it down. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack up and get on out of here. We got things to do, places to go, people to see. Well, I don't know who we're gonna see today, but we got stuff to do. All right, let me get this packed up. Alrighty, another one in the books. Oh, this was a really great adventure. Thanks a lot for coming along. We got sirens going in the distance. We better get out of here. All right, well, hey, thanks a lot for coming along on this random adventure. I hope you're enjoying these videos. And if you're not subscribed, why don't you hit that subscribe button and join the 2.0 family. All right, we got a lot of adventures planned for 2026. Sirens are getting close. All right, well, I guess that's a good time to close it out. Okay, they're going on by. It's not for me. All right, well, you guys have a great week and even a better weekend, and I will see you on the next random adventure. We got to sneak on out of here, and I will see you on the next one. All right, love you guys. Tony 2.0, got to get out of here. They're getting closer. Out.